God level, you can tell him I said it. Level up. God level, you can tell him I said it. Level up, level up, level up. Yo.
There we go. Live and direct.
I swear to God, it's like every time we get so far in whatever stream that we use, we be having some technical difficulties. I'm gonna have to write StreamYard because I'm on Firefox. Is everybody on Firefox?
Yeah, but don't worry about it.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and get the ball moving. Welcome. This is Things That People Don't Want to Talk About. Brought to you by your girl. I'm sorry. Brought to you by me. God well. I'm sorry. I've been off for a week. I'm always nervous when I start. Do not, even after doing this for almost.
That's fair. That's how a lot of artists are. Yeah.
I still get nervous, but anyway, I'm God level. I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri. I am a nurse. I'm an entrepreneur. I have this podcast. I'm a mother. I'm an aunt. I'm a cousin. I'm a TT. I'm a friend. I am everything good. Ivy, you want to go ahead and represent yourself?
What's going on, good peoples out there after a week of hiatus? I am your girl, Inattentive Ivy. You can find me on TikTok where I talk about ADHD. I'm the owner of all these damn ADHD hamsters. I'm a mom, sister, friend, former military broadcast journalist, talking about mental health and things that go on in the saucy brains that kind of affect our community. I share my healing journey and also my bullshit. So that way we can always do what? Keep it a buck. And yes, I'm always going to keep it a buck with myself too. So let's go.
I love it. I'm going to always share my bullshit. Yeah, absolutely. John, you want to go ahead and represent yourself?
John Scott Walker, the Sly Talker here, lyricist, spoken word artist, martial artist, personal trainer, lover of life, student of psychology, and I'm a father. Salute.
Salute. You see how he just came out real clean with his introduction?
Just rattled.
Because it's the same intro. It's the same intro so that you know.
But you missed the 5 hip hop albums.
Yeah. I mean, the streams ain't changing, so
Okay. Yeah. All right. We got King Newborn in the truck.
Yeah. There you go.
Peace. This is King Newborn. You can follow me on all social media platforms at Newborn Everything. As always, I am that I am. Negative and positive, here for the community and willing to do whatever for friends, family. Love, peace.
All right. Tonight's show is brought to you by Ivy and me, Spicy Rain.
Go ahead, girl. Tell them why. What happened?
I don't even remember. Girl, don't have me think about that. It be so much stuff happening in my life. I be trying to simplify. I go to work, go to the gym, go home. That's it. My days is long, but we be on the phone. We can talk about 100 things, and I'll pull out like 50 topics out of those 100 things. So that is us, So yeah, can women and men be friends? I'm gonna go ahead and answer that question if y'all don't mind.
Let's get into it.
Yes. I'm doing it right now. John is a very good friend of mine. Ain't nothing going on. He's happily married. I love it. I love the queen. Hey, yes, we can. I know that, since he's married, I know I don't have access like I used to, and I have to respect that. That's my friend. Why wouldn't I want to do that? Sherman, same thing. Friend, brother, but I call y'all my brothers. I believe that back maybe 10, 20 years ago, maybe not even that long ago, men and women couldn't be friends because they always felt like the man, if he had a woman as a friend, he must want to fuck her. That is not always the case. We're shifting into higher learning. Yeah, we are evolving. Okay, thank you. Evolving. So yes, it is possible that a man and a woman can be friends without intimacy?
It takes a mind shift, though.
Mm,
It takes the right mentality, though. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? In
Mhm.
order for a man and a woman to be legitimately friends, right? So, I mean, it's possible. It is possible, but it takes the right mindset. And I'm just waiting for everything else to just kind of come out because I'm like, yeah, I'm like, because I mean, it's like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I truly didn't have, I don't think, the correct mindset, like the correct, like for real, the correct mindset, until maybe a couple of years ago. You know what I'm saying? And it came about it came across with me getting more emotionally intelligent and emotionally healthy. So yeah, I'm gonna keep that a buck. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Growth,
Yes.
maturity. Saul said it, maturity. Yeah.
Shout out to
Not every
Saul.
man that's a woman's friend want a banger.
Look, did you see the?
Did I say it right?
I'm laughing at both John and King. I'm laughing at both of their faces when you said that. He was like,
yeah, wait a minute. Who is this? Robert Barnes. He said, once
what's going
boundaries
on?
are set, we know how far to go. Yeah, we just cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But
see, women are accustomed to men always wanting to fuck them. So, you know, they think everybody want to fuck them. So, you know, let's just be honest with that. Let's just put that out there.
Or if you're codependent, you don't have any boundaries. So you can't set up those boundaries.
But again, like historically though, right? Historically, if we think about it, these are just stereotypes, right? And it was just, you know, it was from a different zeitgeist. And so that kind of spilled over. And here it is, modern day in America, and shoot, not even in America, even globally. We've evolved our relationships because, again, we're more connected now than ever before. And admittedly, we can even say that the grip of the patriarchal influence kind of, you know, pulled back a little bit because, I mean, that has a large influence. You know, the idea that, all right, men are supposed to have, like, that idea is crystallized in the culture. So, yeah, I mean, we're kind of coming out of that and we're kind of realizing, you know, I don't have to have, you know, you stumble upon it. Like, dang, you know, you're pretty cool. You're really dope. You know?
Yeah.
As a person. Right? Oh my God.
Right? So what does that really tell you about how men looked at women? Right? It's kind of, it's very sexualized. It's over sexualized. And so, yeah, when men tend to look at women, okay, I decide, okay, she's attractive, she's not attractive. She's attractive, she's not attractive. But then you start to see more. You start to realize, okay, yeah, attractive, not attractive, but yo, she can dance. Dang, she can write. Oh man, she knows how to get her paper, you know? So now you start to see these other dimensions. Not that we didn't see them before, but the sexual attraction becomes less of a priority because these other things are more useful, more salient, more accessible. So it's,
I'm laughing over. Go ahead, guys.
I look at men the same way. I believe women, I'm sorry, I check men out the way men check women out. And I'm not gonna lie, I always look at the hands.
Well, can I I want to interject. I'm gonna start off with my bullshit. I actually had to admit to myself, going through recovery, figuring out stuff about myself. Right? You know how they say that men objectify women? They be like, "Oh, yo, shorty got a fat ass." You know what I'm saying? Or like, you know, shorty da 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 da. They looking at the body, they looking at the face, and they see something that's appealing. So we've all kind of been taught that that's what like a men will look at, like a woman's attractiveness, right? Ha! Come on in the room, Sergeant Major, I see you. But listen, so I got to admit to something. I finally found out that objectifying, like that was men objectifying, right? Women are I'm about to say that. Hold up. Wait, Sean. Oh, did we bring it up there yet? Go ahead, put it up there. Yes.
Post it.
Yes, Sean. Women are oftentimes worse than men. And I say what I said. And here's what I'm going to give you. Women cannot necessarily be friends with men until they stop objectifying them. Now, what do I mean objectifying? Because most women won't look at a man and be like, oh, he got big feet, or he got, you know what I'm saying? But they might think that like over to the side. I had to admit to myself when I was recovering that I objectified men, but not in the way of how they looked. I objectified men as, would they be a suitable husband? Oh, that's just husband right off the bat, right? I objectified them just as husband without even getting to know who that person was. You see what I'm saying? And didn't even know that was fantasy driven, that was objectifying a man. Like I thought that I was like, no, I'm just looking for somebody to look. No, I was objectifying. I wasn't even getting to know who that man was.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I didn't want
profile in your head.
That part, because I was actually looking for the fantasy of what a husband was instead of looking at a person as who they were and getting to know them. And I realized that that's what got me jacked up a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? And man, because if you look at a person like they're just a dope person, then you're able to be a friend with them. But if you're looking for somebody like, I need to find a mate in my life, then it's like, what are you going to do? Come on.
Oh my God. Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Be real.
Yeah.
I be looking. Like, okay, brother, you might want to put that thing up.
I'm
leaving. I'm going on mute.
But let's slow down real quick before we move on. Hey, King, what's your thoughts? Can women and men have purely platonic relationships?
My whole answer, nobody's gonna like it. I'm gonna say yes, and here's why. Because things that people don't want to talk about, brought to you by God Level, are we're looking back on what was lost, so we can bring our community back together. Yeah.
That was my whole mission statement right there. God damn. Looking back to know where we come from so we know how to move forward. That's what God Level means. That's what we're doing.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, I like that. Say it one more time.
Looking back so we know how to move forward. Damn it. Man, that's what we're doing. That's God Level.
Come
Looking
on,
back
man.
to know where we come from so we know how to move forward. We have to know where we come from first.
So I gotta just to dig into that. So you're saying that we can be. You're saying so. You're saying, King. You're saying that like women and men can be platonic, but look at the bigger picture. Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I was saying
two
different things.
Okay, come with it.
A question, and I did a left turn real quick on y'all. That's all.
You did.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Go ahead. Thank you, Sean.
Potential benefits of having the opposite gender as a platonic friend, and then also, what are some drawbacks?
Honesty. Now, women, we can kind of sugarcoat some shit sometimes to each other. Men is going to see the problem and give you a solution, and it may come off raw. And I'm gonna give you an example of this. When I started my journey with losing this weight, John is the workout guy on the podcast. Of course, I'm keeping up with my brother. Hey, brother, I'm doing this. Hey, I didn't lose no weight this week. He sent me a message that had me in my feelings. The math ain't mathing. Fuck you mean?
Fuck you mean it ain't mathing?
Math ain't mathing. I was like, well, what am I doing wrong? Yo, you put what you doing? You know what I'm saying? Are you really putting in that work? The math ain't mathing. You expecting some extraordinary results, but the math ain't mathing. I had to beef up my fucking routine, but it took me a couple days to calm the Yeah. Because I was like, he wasn't being funny. I thought he was mad at me. I'm like, he ain't did shit, but ain't even talk. Nigga, the math just ain't math. If you gonna have a man friend, you be ready because it just flow out. And they're not trying to hurt your feelings. They're a man. They just gonna be playing with it.
Well, it's about efficiency. With
There
men, we're trying to just give you the answer without having to, spend too much time giving you the answer. It's just like,
right.
All right, you ready? Here it goes. You might get an explanation, and then it's like, all right, there you go. Can I go back to playing my game? All right.
Much more logical. I mean, most of the time, assuming that, it's like most of the time men are a little bit more logical, and women, we're emotional. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you have to be honest with yourself concerning seeing the beauty in the person you find attractive, but understand the boundaries that must be created in order to keep the. Come on, what did we just talk about a month ago? Didn't we just talk about boundaries? Yeah, yep. And if you find your friend attractive, are you capable of having enough internal boundaries? We just talked about boundaries, a month ago? Do you have enough internal boundaries to be like, this is a line, not going to cross it? You know what I'm saying? Like, and you have to be honest and real about yourself. Do you have those boundaries? Because if you don't, man, to know thyself is to be true. If you know that you don't have them boundaries within yourself set up, man, you might as well just go ahead and leave that one, for real.
Leave that friend alone. Leave that friend alone.
But let's go ahead and keep it a buck. A lot of human beings are not going to do that. Both men, women, and in between. They're just not a lot of, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to happen.
It's a challenge.
Yeah, it is a challenge. And what is challenging about it? What is so challenging about it, though?
Okay. All right. So let's get back to the question.
My bad. I'm sorry.
So we were talking about honesty. What else? Potential benefits.
From somebody who grew up in a female dominated in a matriarchy, I think it's nice to get a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like as a woman, it's like I have. First of all, I had that mindset. Go ahead, God level.
Never ask a woman about a man. Go to a man and ask a man about a man. I'm just gonna put it like that.
Facts.
That's it.
Yeah. That is very much so facts.
Make that mistake of going to their girlfriends to talk about their man. Stop doing it. Go to a man if you want to know. Shit, go to your man if you want to know. If you got all them questions, find you another man. Oh, I'm sorry.
And those are some of the benefits. Yes. I can just say, understanding the opposite gender's point of view, understanding like the yin and the yang, you know what I'm saying? There's got to be like, it's if you really think about it, like the purpose of life is kind of like being in balance so you can be in service, being in balance so you can be of service to yourself, being in balance so that way you can be, be a fully realized human being. And if you don't have balance, and that's, like men and women, they just kind of like understand both perspectives, that kind of balances you out as a human being. So I think that that understanding the opposite gender as a platonic friend, once you have emotions, but they're not romantic, which can kind of cause you to be and crazy, you're able to see things from an objective view, and you're able to take whatever is coming to you from that opposite gender, that understanding, you're able to get the yin and the yang of it. I hope I'm making sense. Does it make any sense? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think what are some of the drawbacks? I think the drawbacks can be external more than internal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say more.
If they're harboring feelings.
If you think, okay, so if you have understood who you are, you've done some work, and you are a fully realized human being, right? Maybe not fully realized, but you know who you are, right? And you're like inside of your mind, you're like, okay, I know that I have an internal boundary with this friend, and I've compartmentalized exactly how much information I want to give out about whoever this friend is, right? Or you're whatever it is. But externally, you might have a mate, or there might be a perception, or there might be other factors that you can't control that can ultimately kind of drop a seed into how you're feeling about that, about how people are looking, or how you feel internally about that. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because people can be like, "Oh, y'all hang out way too close. What are y'all doing?" You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's not like that, and you know it's not like that. But because other people haven't done that work, they're going to automatically think
they're
that
gonna
it looks a certain way.
assume, you know, oh, okay, this is something more. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I
So
try
I
not
think,
to assume until I actually see it, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's what that is. Oh, okay, cool.
yeah. All right, do you play it?
Yeah, yeah. Let the haters hate.
I mean, but
What
the
about
easy
you?
way to diffuse that, the easiest way to diffuse that is to have their counterpart there. That's where the boundary lie at for real, for real. So if his lady is there and her man is there, however you see them kicking it prior to them being there, that'll let you know what's really going on.
Understanding and
Understood.
community, man. Oh, because once again, external, like you said, you're like, if you've got, oh my goodness, this is what drives me crazy. I know some men who have like, oh, I got a bunch of these female friends, you know what I'm saying? But your wife doesn't know any of your female friends.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Or on the other side, I know some women, they'll be like, oh, daddy just my friend. Daddy, first of all, you got a whole husband over here. You calling this man daddy? Oh, that's my friend. We didn't know. Oh, okay. All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's my brother.
So what about your work husband?
Mm. Yeah, there's a lot of that shit going around.
I mean, are you attached? Are you not attached? Are you?
Ain't no damn way.
You know,
Ain't no
I'm
damn
not-
way.
I'm not gonna lie. At work, I carry this type of energy that I don't fuck around, and please don't try to find out.
Yeah, that.
I'm serious.
What?
The last guy that kept coming at me, I'm like, dude, I'm trying to tell you right now. And he just keep coming. Every so often he'll shoot his shot and he'll get shot down. It's like, I'm not interested. And I have that energy about myself when I walk through the door. You know what I'm saying? And no, I'm not.
I want to read this. Cece, thank you, Say. Thank you, girl. She said she came in late, but reading the question, this is the response. Naturally, men and women are attracted to each other. You start off as friends, but once you find common ground and start having feelings for one another, the thoughts are going to cross your minds, and sometimes the action will take place. That's a natural assumption.
Yeah.
That is a natural assumption.
We'll dive more into that. We're going to dive more because I got some questions for that too. But just to clean up this question right here, King, you got any suggestions for this one?
What's the question one more time?
Oh, potential benefits of having the opposite gender as a platonic friend and or some drawbacks.
Drawback for a man, she's a liability. For a woman, it's the main benefit. And here's why. For a woman, that man is a protector. For a man, she's a liability because at some point he's willing to put his life on the line for her. Because the simple fact she is a friend. Because the simple fact that all men are raised to protect women. So if it's not his wife, technically, it could be an issue when it comes down to her being in harm's way. Like, what do you do? Because if his wife is there and you're the platonic best friend, who do you choose to put your life down for? Both of them? I don't know. I'm just throwing something to think about.
Go ahead, Renee.
I'm going to have to correct you on that. Not all men have been raised to protect women.
Come on. Because I was about to say, because Kevin.
Not all men have been raised to protect women.
Wait. That's we dealing with hypotheticals, and we dealing with scenarios, and we dealing with specifically saying. I'm not saying every man, but it's in us to protect. It ain't got nothing to do with being raised. It's in us to protect. It's something about it, just like, oh, let me go help her. I don't understand why. It just is.
I gotta disagree because
some of us may follow through on it, and some of us may be living in fear to even act on it.
Kevin Hart, I have to disagree because Kevin Hart said he went into a club with his woman was looking at him like, what you gonna do? And he was like, nah, if that's what you wanted, that's not me, baby. That's not me. That ain't me. Like, you know, you're gonna have to get the next man. Like, oh, you about to get into a fight? I'm gonna stand right over here and I'm gonna call 911 because I'm not the one who's gonna fight for you.
Again, certain scenarios.
Some men are raised with that.
Thank
all
you.
right.
That's the only thing that we're disagreeing with you about. Is
all right, cool.
You said all men are raised.
But the drawback is, yes, from a male, and he just highlighted the male perspective for some men. Yes, if you're a man that cares about your homegirl like she's a sister, I mean, you're realizing like, shit. All right, well, if anything pops off, I might have to fight for her, and that means if there's a threat towards her, there's a threat towards me. And if you have a girlfriend, you got a wife, it's like, oh, hold up now. You mean to tell me you're protecting me and you're protecting them too? Putting yourself at risk. However, that comes with a responsibility, though. I think most women who have that guy that they care about, that's a friend, they listen to him enough to be like, all right, you know what? He is protecting me, so protection is also information. So if he says, hey, let's get up and go, that's my homeboy, that's my brother. All right, my brother said, let's go, we going. Because I trust my brother, and he has the foresight that I don't have, right? So, okay, there's a liability there. In terms of benefits, and then we're going to go ahead and move on. Okay. In terms of benefits, personally, I have learned a lot from women in terms of like emotional balance and communication styles, right? So I learned not from theory, right? Once upon a time in my 20s, it was all about theories. Then it was, okay, in actuality, wow, I communicate like this and women communicate like this. Oh, shoot, okay. But let me have more compassion because this is agitating me. Like the way that women, it agitates me. It agitates a lot of men. But if you're confronted with it enough, you learn to adapt to it and just be like, all right, I'm not responding to this because I know you learn that as a man. You learn what to respond to and what not to by, having women as your friends. I think you challenge gender stereotypes when you have the opposite sex as your friend. So what I mean by that is there's plenty of gender stereotypes in our culture. But when you have a few females or you have a few males in your circle, you call them brother, sister, and you engage with them enough, you learn that, all right, a lot of these gender stereotypes are really just stereotypes. They don't hold true. They don't hold true for my sister. Like, okay, maybe it holds true for... So you learn, like, hey, no, all women ain't like that. All men ain't like that. Yep.
He said all of our queens have become warriors. Have grown to become warriors now. Things have changed. That is because some men have picked up pom-poms.
Listen, Kevin Hart said, I'm not the one.
Listen, he's entitled to that perspective.
Yeah.
Personally, my wife is a warrior. It wouldn't have been any other way. I'm a warrior. I'm just saying, I know it ain't for everybody, but I don't want somebody that, no. I want to, hey, let's go fight. Let's go. Yeah. And she's like, that's my equal in certain, like I'm training her, if we spar her. But what I'm saying is, to me, there's nothing wrong with female war. I respect it highly. I love it. Because we were just talking about liabilities, right? Mm-hmm. So we're talking about a warrior that knows how to turn it on and turn it off. Because even though I'm a warrior, I know how to turn it on and turn it off. So I'm just saying, it's not a bad thing when you put it in proper context.
See, you're going to need to get you some new friends, some new male friends. I'm sorry. I am so sorry, baby girl.
It's about to be.
If that is what your male friends consist of, get rid of all of them.
Maybe that's what CC is looking for out of her friendships. Yeah, listen. I mean, I'm just saying. Maybe that's what CC is looking for out of her friendships. And the thing is that
that's what you're looking for. Then, baby, do you?
You set boundaries. You set the boundaries, but hey,
That's it.
just understand when there's boundaries, right, that lead to effects, you need to respect those effects. Don't complain about the effects because your boundaries determine the effects. Your boundaries determine the effects. We're going to leave it right there and we're going to move on to the next question. Let's keep it juicy. Let's keep it juicy, right? Can platonic friendships exist without any sexual tension? Or is some tension always?
I'm sorry. We got to answer that.
Let's stick a pen. Can we stick a pen in that? We gonna stick a pen in that because
I want to come back to that.
Yes, I do too.
I really do.
I do. Go ahead, John. I'm sorry. Can a platonic friendship exist without sexual tension, or is some tension always present? Yes, it can without any sexual tension. It's all about having internal boundaries. We have been talking about boundaries basically the whole damn month. Do you have internal boundaries?
Yes.
Do you have internal boundaries? Do you have? And if you don't have any, find you some. They're a very effective thing. They really are. They really are. And be honest with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Be like, I really don't have any boundaries right now. I view it. You know what I'm saying? I have sexual tension. And if you seriously, admit to that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because all relationships are based on trust and I think honesty, right? Or at least that's trust, respect, and honesty. Even for exactly, Shine. If the person is mature, if you understand who you are, if you've matured, not gotten older, but matured, then maturity
is different than getting older. Age don't mean nothing.
Yeah,
you could be 45 years old and still out there telling some man, I got a couple of hoes in my phone that
Come on, get your shit together.
In 10 years, I'll be bringing you a cup of water and a cup full of pills because you'd have been out there in the streets with them hoes.
I had to go on mute. What? I had to put my whole image on. What the? Did she say I'm gonna shut up? I'm gonna go on mute.
I'm sorry. We just keeping it real.
King, what you think? Can platonic friendships exist without any sexual tension, or is some tension always present?
Oh, yes, it can exist.
Without any? Okay. Yeah, I think it can. I think it's kind of both. You know, you're going to have certain ones that, the sexual tension is right there, and it's just a long game of self-control. Then you're going to have some where the dynamic is, it's off. It's imbalance. You got one that's creating the sexual tension, and the other one is like, man, stop, chill with all that. And then, you got those that are just like, all right, hey, this could never happen. I feel nothing. Same here. Likewise, I feel nothing. Yeah, those. Mm-hmm.
I've never met a man that didn't try to flirt at some point, that calls himself my friend. They're testing the waters, although I'm married and they know I have boundaries. Those are not real men. Ooh. I'm just going to put it out there. Those are not real men. Those are boys that continue to be men. And they haven't grown up yet. Now, if she looks like Freddie Jackson,
oh my God! No, that's just look. I'm gonna bring up Seals because Seal said only if the two individuals are not physically attracted to each other. Is that true? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, is that true? I mean, because I think that everybody on our podcast is beautiful, but I view them as my family. So you know what I'm saying? And even if I. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, my friends.
So
okay, go ahead.
I want to just clarify, because I know that word, we see sexual, right? And then, so there's tension, where it's just like, you feel that. You feel tension. Attraction can be mitigated, all right? But that tension, you feel, it's like, it's expressed. This is something you're feeling, right? We're not talking about something that's completely devoid. So there's tension and there's attraction. You can, all right, I can be sexually attracted to you, but that's very controlled. I'm not outwardly expressing that. I'm not pushing it towards you. It's just like, ooh, you made a face, or you made a sound like, okay, all right, you're checking them out. But then you pull it back. there's no tension because you're not expressing it. You're not projecting it on the other person.
Ooh, projection. Oh, you're not projecting it. Oh my gosh. Let's talk about that projection of tension. Once
I've
again,
never met a real man. They're right here, honey. They're right here. They're right here.
You know, I think it comes. It once again. It goes with being honest. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if somebody is calling themselves your friend, and excuse me, my 2 cents, just my own opinion. If I had somebody who so I was married at one point in time, and I did have friends who tried to hit on me. I also, at that point in time, you know what I'm saying, I was unhappy. I didn't have any boundaries. I was like, oh, I'll keep this as a friend, right? Because in my mind, I wasn't being honest with myself, instead of just leaving the relationship as it was. You know what I'm saying? I also wasn't being honest with these friends, and just being like, instead of just being like, no, I actually need you to be a friend. I need you to be a person in my life, instead of just somebody who's a backup. And I can admit, I was funky back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've done a lot of healing. Oh, wait. If there's sexual tension, yet one person was not being honest with themselves or with you. That's it. That is
Seal Shine.
Listen, Seal is the truth. You hear what I'm saying? We were in Kuwait with Seal. So yeah.
Seal's a real one.
Yeah, that's a real one right there.
What is he got a
Come on with it. No, seriously, listen. People don't want to be honest with themselves. You can't be in any type of relationship without being real and honest with yourself and honest with the other person, without being vulnerable, without admitting stuff to yourself. Oh, I'm gonna shut up. Go ahead, girl.
No. I was just girl, don't mind me. It's the level of love and respect you have for the person. If the love outweighs the respect, the platonic relationship is over.
Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Because those are some of the components.
More. Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh,
and sometimes your needs are more, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if this is, no, I feel that if you love something, you honor it, right? If you love something, you honor it. And if the love is verging onto, like, if the love is verging into where I have to have this, then is it really love? Because if you love someone and you're honoring them, then maybe you can be like, this is not the correct situation for me. You know what I'm saying? Right. I mean, that's just my little 3 cents.
We're talking about the autonomy, right? So this is where the values come into play. These are your personal values, and typically they spill over into your relationships. So, for example, I value autonomy. I honestly learned that word when I was studying in school, and I just really learned to appreciate the word autonomy. I'm like, wow. The ability for an individual to be self-deterministic. You determine what you desire. And so the challenge for me as a friend is to negotiate with you, is, try to make this work. What's our function, right? So I think with respecting another person's autonomy, all right, there's more clarity when it comes to platonic, relationships between male and female, right? But let's go ahead and address this one right here.
I wish I could spell that word.
A-U-T-O-N-Y. Yeah, A-U-T-O-N-Y. You got it, T. It's all good. I got you covered.
I can't wait. I love it.
Just summon me and I'll spell it for you in the future, bro. Summon me.
Okay, so can a platonic relationship survive if one of the people have sexual or romantic feelings for the other?
No. No.
What you think, King? True or false? Can a platonic relationship endure if one of the members have sexual or romantic feelings for the other?
Shit.
CC said no. Okay.
His time answering.
Yeah, I'm gonna say false. Yeah, I'm gonna say false. Because at some point it becomes kind of a little bit of irritation. knowing that no matter how many times y'all hang out, spend time together, whatever it is y'all got going on, you know in your head this person is constantly seeing you sexually. That'll become a little draining.
Yeah. Yeah.
God level?
Yeah. No, I already said no.
Oh, you already said no?
I already said no. I'm telling you, I didn't put. I'm not even his friend, but it's just a hard no. Like, I'm sorry, I don't feel that way. I can't give that back to you. I can't. Yeah, it's not gonna work out. So yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard for that. Yeah, I can agree.
All right, so we got.
Ooh, I'm just thinking about that. I'm like, if you, oh man, that's hard. That would be hard. Not authentic. Okay, so can it survive? No, not authentically. Not authentically. You know what I'm saying? Like if you develop feelings for your friend, and then you can't be honest with yourself enough to be like, this bothers me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or you say, in order for you to be like real talk, like I've developed these feelings and I can stuff them down because man, feelings have feelings, right? They tell you what you're feeling, right? So not authentically, if you can people please yourself into being around that person and be like, somebody gonna drop the ball. Nah, man, not authentically. You can't authentically show up for your friend anymore if you have romantic or sexual feelings for the other one.
So I'm going to say false. A platonic relationship can survive if one of the members have sexual or romantic feelings. And this is why I say this. They're feelings. Are feelings not a come and go type of situation? You think people that are married 25 years have the same feelings they had, within the first 2 years? You think those feelings just stay there? You don't think marriages, like you can't fall out of love? You can't stop
all the time.
You can't
all the
stop
time.
Horny. Okay. So I was just saying. In some situations, the platonic relationship will not survive if that individual does not change their mind, change their heart, change their feelings, change their perspective. If they do not change it and they're trying to stay in that relationship, no, it ain't going to survive. But if you adapt and you say, oh, shoot, I can't get my sexual needs and my emotional needs fulfilled from this individual. It's not here. What I'm looking for in terms of romance, in terms of sex, it's not here. Let me adjust myself because I still see value in this relationship. Then the platonic, So if you change it, that's what I put out there.
Feelings are not facts. Oh my gosh. Come on, man.
Feelings are not facts. That's why
feelings are not facts. Yeah, man. I didn't even look at it that way because I think that I don't know. I just think that love is such a powerful emotion. But I guess if you agape love or a romantic love or even unconditional, like all of those are like love is just such a powerful emotion. But then again, so is anger. So I'm really looking at that thing like, man.
Yeah, you can change your mind. Just like, okay, hey, I wasn't attracted. Like, honestly, my ex-wife was not attracted to me initially. She was not attracted to me. She grew to be attracted to me. So feelings change throughout relationships, whether they're monogamous or friendships. Like, yo, we used to be cool. Now we ain't cool. What happened to all those feelings? The feelings,
they're gone.
The feelings are just tools for our experience. They're just tools, just like your thoughts, your beliefs, your ideologies, your behaviors. They're all just tools to create your experience. So you shouldn't be using your feelings as the foundation of the whole thing. Like the reason why I'm here is because there's good feelings here. What, bitch? Okay, you get good feelings from watching TV show.
Man, you ain't lying from eating a bowl of cereal. If you really yes, it's fine to feel the feels, but to honor the relationship, you must make a decision to deny the feelings and focus on the friendship. If this becomes difficult, then you must communicate that. Let's talk about that because all relationships are dealing with communication. And If you can't communicate and tell yourself the truth, how are you going to be able to tell your friend, your mate, your husband, your wife, your kids, your family? How are you going to be able to tell them the truth about how you're feeling? You're right, man. Oh man, you just
I want to say deny. So I know he said deny there. I'm not going to deny my feelings. I accept my feelings, but I'm also going to say, all right, I got these feelings. I'm going to do something differently with them. So I don't feel this, because what happens when you deny? It's still there.
You stuff it down.
And if you reject them, they're still there. They're just going to come back. So if you say, I can't feel this way about you. I can't feel this way about you. I still feel this way about you. I can't feel this way about you. I can't. I'm not supposed to. That's not processing the feeling. That's not letting it go. So I just want to, gently, that wasn't gently back then, but I just want to gently say, deny now, but we do want to process those feelings accordingly and decide how we're going to proceed forward with those feelings. All right,
you better come on, man. Come on. You just said a word.
Grown man.
Most people, men are not willing to change. Once the sexual attraction is there, it rarely leaves. Let's talk about why.
And we've already determined that those are not real men.
Man, y'all in this real men.
I won't say real. I'm not going to say real man. I'm not going to distinguish a real man from a
man who's not self-aware, who has not done the work.
That's a person. A person. Because a person in general, they can be the same way. It's like somebody, now if Newborn would have said, oh, that's not a real woman, and somebody said women are not willing to change, and once they think that a man is her husband, then it's not going to leave. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what would we be saying to that? Some people don't change.
People don't change. Some people will not grow.
Yes.
That is okay. I just did a video on this. They are just there to show you what it will look like if you don't.
If it's there though, so is it just a natural? You think that it never leaves? Like, what do you guys think? Like, if you have, even if you do cross the line and you have, an attraction to your friend, and you realize this, like one day out of the blue, you're like, oh my God, like I didn't even mean for this to happen. Do you think it just will never ever leave? Ever leave?
No. Now, if you were talking to John back in 2010, okay. But John for the past 10 years, that's too easy. It's too easy to just turn that off because I have more access. I have more control. I have more awareness, right? But this is emotional intelligence. This is me recognizing that, okay, I have these feelings, which it doesn't happen, but I have these feelings and I'm just going to turn it off, or I'm going to decide to redirect it somewhere else because don't pass go. Like there's nothing here. And logical is going to be like, nah, my mind is going to guide my heart and my sexual desires in a more fertile place. Yeah.
Yeah, go right ahead, Renee.
I'm just big word that most people are lacking control.
Mm-hmm.
Self-control.
Awareness. You know what? Let me tell you what changed my. I think it was in one of these podcasts. What changed my entire outlook on relationships and if somebody is compatible with you, that type of it's not normal. And I've always said, brothers on this podcast, they are one of a kind, right? Because that discipline is not normal, especially like a lot of the quote unquote friends that I've had in my life. They were the same way as yours, CC. They was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm digging shorty, I'm gonna hit them draws, you know what I'm saying? And never took a chance to actually look at the woman for her being an actual human being and realize that she's got like she's got, you know what I'm saying? She's a fully fleshed human being. And the same thing I think with when I learned that a relationship is not there to make you happy, but it's there to make you grow. So you have to be careful of who you grow with. It changed my whole entire it changed my whole entire attitude about who is it that I'm allowing into my life. You know, it changed my whole entire outlook about how I look at myself and how I was a mate. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I think that all I have to give right now is friendship. And sometimes when people don't realize that you might want something, but if all you've got to give is friendship, you got to have that internal boundary to be like, nah, I'm not going to go there. You know what I'm saying? Even if you are attracted to somebody. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Are there certain? Yeah. Go ahead, John.
That was great. That was great. No, that was great. That was great. Thank you.
Yeah. Are there certain? Okay, I'll read it. Are there certain activities or topics that are off limits to maintain the platonic nature of the friendships?
Yeah, sex.
Yeah.
Depends on how you look at sex. But go ahead.
Oh,
Depending on
set up on this one and learn something new. Go right ahead.
Depending on how you look at sex. Depending on what, they say that there are certain things that we need in order to thrive as human beings. We need sleep, we need shelter, we need food, we need water, we need air, and we need sex. Right? That's what I keep on hearing in all the psychology books, all the stuff that I've said. Like that is one of the
we need sex.
Some people say that, but is it really the sex or is it the vulnerability and the intimacy? So how is it that you're looking at
that part?
Thank you, Sir Rachel Witherspoon. Yes, like how are
salutes to you, man.
Yes. So my question is how are you looking at sex, and can you talk to your friend? Can you talk to your platonic friend about sex?
It depends on the nature of the conversation, right? So I would say for educational purposes, informational purposes, those should be allowed, right? But you know it when you hear it, right? If you don't know it, then you're not there. You should know it when you hear it, right? So for example, it might be, hey, I want to ask you about something. Is it normal for a woman to do this, X, Y, Z, right? And then female friend says, no, that's not normal. Women don't, I don't know anybody that, okay, cool. And then you might get some information that'll help you, help your girlfriend, your spouse, and likewise go, hey, John, when he does this, what does that mean? What? That's a little peculiar right there. I think you need to have this conversation with him about that and do it like this, because if I were a man, this is how I would want my woman to approach me, and then blah, blah, blah. Guess what? You just helped out your spouse, your boyfriend, because your brother, but you tiptoed around that sexual conversation with grace, with a sense of maturity. I'm not trying to get in I don't need to know about your sex life like that. But if you bring me in, I'm going to respect that. Hey, you opened the door, you let me in the bedroom, but you didn't say you can lay on the bed. You didn't say that. So you just say, hey, just look in the room, John. Does this look right to you? Nah, man, you might need to. So informational when it comes to sex? Okay. All right. Any other topics that are off limits?
I think at a certain level, there's I'm going to take a page out of John Skywalker's book. If you have talks about relationships with your platonic friend, you have to compartmentalize some things about that conversation, because it's like, we're human beings. Sometimes women and men, we can project, we can put we can look at that person's situation, not from a place of objectivity. We can look at it from our experiences. And if we haven't been in that experience, then sometimes we can be like, it's like, if we don't compartmentalize those conversations, sometimes that stuff can spill over into your own personal relationship, or sometimes those things can spill over into relationships that are external with other people. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like you kind of got to compartmentalize when you start talking about relationships with your platonic friend, I think. Yeah, that's personally.
Okay, I just got a quick question. Miss Tanner.
Oh shit.
What?
I'm just saying. What's up?
What's your definition of platonic?
My definition of platonic, and I just found this out. I literally if I can, if I have a friend that I have no sexual tension with, if I have a friend that I feel I can be open and vulnerable with, that I can trust, that I look at like either I'm big sis or they're big bro. Like literally, when you become my opposite sex friend, I look at you like you're a brother. I look at you like you're somebody who I can trust, and it's just on that level. Period. You know what I'm saying? That's platonic to me.
I respect that. I like that. I like that. I like that. I just say this. I asked to say this because of that word alone. The boundary has already been set with that word by itself. So some conversations shouldn't even be coming about.
Okay. So who defines what those topics are, though? Now, there's the question. Who defines what activities and topics are off limits in a platonic relationship?
Well, I can't speak for nobody else. If you get labeled the word platonic from me in a friendship, there's nothing about you sexual, no more. There's nothing attractive about you. None of that. I don't even see you like that. I ain't gonna call you homeboy, but yeah, I don't even see you like that at all. It's dead. Like John say, you cut it off. It don't exist no more. If I liked you, if you know, whatever it was that I may have found attractive about you, if you get hit with that word, if I put that on, that's your title. You might get caught with, "What's up, my nigga? You good today?" You know. Just...
I've done that.
Oh my gosh! If you're truly friends, you should know which boundaries you can cross. Oh no, go ahead, King. My bad. Go ahead.
No. I was just finna say, like, say, for instance, you at a bar, and you see somebody hitting on her, right? At this particular point, I'ma check, make sure you good, you cool. But then I'm also gonna ask, y'all cool? But then I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm making y'all uncomfortable. So I might go and slide out.
Okay. Okay.
Because you grown. I ain't here to babysit you. You grown.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing something in the air. That's all. I'm just throwing something in the air.
Okay. Flick a bucket. See if they stink. Ooh. Is jealousy from a romantic partner ever justified when it comes to their partner's platonic friendships? How should this be addressed? Yes, I think it's justified when that other partner is not honest with their platonic friendships. Right? And yes, I do think you should be able to talk about anything respectfully if you're truthful, like literally all of it, right? And I say that because conflict can also be a part of that. Like your friends, like, do you have a healthy conflict? Do you have healthy like challenging? Do you have like nothing is off bad? Like, can you be vulnerable to a certain level? You know what I'm saying? Like with your platonic friendships. But yes, I think that jealousy from a romantic partner is justified when neither party is being honest with themselves. You understand what I'm saying?
What you identified as a condition. So you're saying it's justified under these conditions, which also suggests that there's conditions in which it's unjustified. So,
oh shit.
Run it back.
So if you have healthy boundaries in place, okay? If you have healthy boundaries in place, if you are transparent about that friendship, if there's no signs of disrespect, those conditions right there, unjustified.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unjustified, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
But again, these are conditions that you set. Like, hey, you know who this is. I'm not hiding anything from you. If you want to read or you want to listen in, I mean, you would be invading on my privacy, but also I am trying to make you feel secure. So I think there are conditions where it's unjustified, and then there are conditions where it is justified.
And that's the reason why I said if you are romantic partners and you're not honest with yourself and you're also not honest with your partner, then yeah, you probably are going to have a partner who doesn't have healthy boundaries who's going to get jealous. You know what I'm saying? Because you're sitting here telling, like, let's just say, I'm gonna keep it a complete and total buck. If you're a fuckboy and you got a bunch of girls, right? But yet your wife is like, what are you doing with this girl? And you're like, I ain't doing nothing, blah, 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 blah. You're not being honest with her. She's not being honest with you. It's being, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, jealousy is gonna happen because jealousy is it's
like you're omitting the relationship. It's like it exists, but it doesn't exist at the same time. Like, dang. So you mean to tell me you got this whole relationship over here and you don't say anything? Like, y'all been friends for how long? 4 years, and you don't say anything about them to me? Nothing?
Come on, man.
She did say, hey, John, check it out. Skywalker. Let me talk to the king again. She did say something. That's my brother.
Uh-oh. Oh, because shots are fired.
That's my brother.
Shots are fired. Yeah, that's just my brother. I've known him since we was in high school. You know, we just get da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But that means that there's some stuff. Ooh, girl. If we are the man is naturally jealous when he feels someone is about. Listen, baby, if you secure, can't nobody make you jealous.
Exactly. Yeah. But you know what? That does bring us in. That does, because there is a question related to this. Don't I have a question? Let's see.
Of course you do.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, that was this one. Yeah. Can a strong platonic relationship ever threaten a romantic relationship? Can it? If it's platonic and it's strong, can it threaten a romantic relationship?
I would like that what she just said. Yeah, Miss Ten. And I wanna raise 2 Dorito chips on this and say the issue might come in if you start to compare your platonic relationship to your relationship.
Yeah, that part.
I had to put myself on mute.
Yeah. And why do you think that is, King? Why do you think that effect is aversive?
From my perspective and my experience, well, I can only speak from a man's perspective. I didn't know I was used as a benchmark for the areas that was going wrong in their relationship. So the advice that they were seeking from me made their relationship counterproductive. I didn't know this. So in the whole sense of the thing, I was becoming the backup and didn't even know it.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I can imagine from whether you're male or female, hearing from your partner that your homegirl doesn't do this and do this, while you're arguing, oh, well, John doesn't do this, John doesn't, and your partner hears that more than once a month. Yeah, you gonna get frustrated, like, hey man, why are you always comparing me to John? Like, I know y'all cool and everything, you've known him for a long time, but why you always gotta, throw him in my face whenever I fuck up? I mean, do you got something? So yeah, it's going to, but only because you weaponized that relationship. You weaponized it. And that's manipulative, right? So you're trying to manipulate your partner to behave a certain way because your platonic friend, like, that's why you have your platonic friend, right? That's why he's there. That's why she's there. Why didn't you just marry your platonic friend then, John?
That part. Narcissistic. That part.
Listen, I would say unaware, because there's some people who are unaware of this. No, okay, so here's something I learned. Everybody has narcissistic traits. Every single person, right? Some of them, they say that a healthy level of narcissism is supposed to be like, you know what I'm saying? That's supposed to keep you protected and healthy. But I'm like, yo, you ain't never heard that? No? Okay, no, you're on mute, mama. We can't hear you. Oh no, we can't hear you. Oh my God. Oh, Okay, I'm just gonna read the question off then while you get your microphone situation. Could you personally trust the legitimacy of your partner's platonic relationship after you discovered that they once had sex?
Mm. That's a tough one. That is a tough one.
Okay.
CC says, hell no.
Go back to the
Hell
question.
no.
I wonder how long my mic been off.
Oh my
Been
goodness.
over here talking shit.
Oh my god. You know, that's an interesting question. Because I guess I'm thinking.
No,
I'm thinking how much time has passed. How much time has passed between? No, honestly, I'm thinking how much time has passed. Now look, I'm the type of person who once in my adult life, I can't turn up. I cannot. Thank you, Amina. Really? I mean, really.
really.
Dang, that's a bar. Wow.
That can't turn to go back into a cucumber.
Yeah.
So I have a platonic. Now I say this. I have a platonic male friend, right? And I look at this cat as a brother now. But when I was in college and I was stupid, you know what I'm saying? Right? But both admitted, both honest to each other and be like, that was not our best work. You know what I'm saying? And left it alone from that point. You know what I'm saying? And this person became a friend. It became an actual honest to God friend. And I literally look at them like they are a brother. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, and now that's the only friend I have like that. The only friend. But like I said, I mean, this was like, we're talking about years. I'm 48 now. I was 18 then. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I'm like, yeah.
Okay. Could you personally trust the legitimacy of your partner's platonic relationship after you discovered they once had sex? Once upon a time.
It'll come down to, like you just said, after discovering. What's the discovery? Was this brought to me up front, out the gate, before even meeting them? Like, is this something that you set me down and broke it down? Like, you know, I got a couple of friends, but this one friend, you know, this is my platonic friend. I've been knowing him, blah, 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 and we had sex. Are you okay with that? You know, either parties. Now, it will come down to this, though. What if your partner said, I'm not okay with that? What you do then?
Right.
What do you do?
Do you keep the platonic friend or you keep the relationship?
As a woman, I don't feel comfortable bringing my man around anybody I have ever laid down with. I don't want him to be in the same room with anybody that has been with me at all.
Okay. I could personally do it.
And I knew he was going to say that.
This is why. Our partners also have kids by other people. And sometimes, because didn't we do a podcast on this? Co-parenting? Oh, ding, ding, ding. All right, so we're co-parenting now. You used to have sex with him. Used to. Whether you enjoyed it or not, it could have been bombed. Great. And y'all had a kid out of that. But y'all cool. Now, y'all ain't like super, super, super tight, but y'all talk. Y'all talk about the kids. Sometimes he just helping you out with a problem. Sometimes you're helping him out. But I could. With the right information and with the right... Now, that's the assumption, right? But let's just, get into the assumed condition, right? Where you kind of discovered maybe a year later, okay, y'all had sex once upon a time? So now we got more questions. We're going to investigate, right? That's the natural thing to do. Well, how long ago was this? And did you enjoy it? I shouldn't be asking that, but I mean, what happened? Listen, it was one time. It was whack as shit. You don't have to ever worry about it. Now, you weren't there. So you're going to have to trust that, right? You're going to have to just trust that it was whack. You're going to have to trust that. Because maybe she's lying to you and it was great, but she doesn't want to hurt your self-esteem or your perceived... Maybe. Conditions. We're acknowledging the conditions.
I want to bring back up what Mo said. And how did I know? I knew that John Skywalker, the Sly Talker, in the back of my mind, I was like, I think he'd be that type of person to be like, yeah, because he has trust and he gives trust.
That was conditional, though. That was, my ex-husband, and I have children by him. Okay, yeah, we had sex to have these kids, but just a friend, no. My mate is not sharing the room with no man I've ever laid down with.
That's fair.
That's
it is.
I'm not doing
That's
it.
warrior protection.
But just throwing this perspective out here, and then we can close it down, right?
Okay.
With all things considered, right? And I'm really big on this also with my wife, right? You had a life before me, and whatever happens to us, you're gonna have a life beyond me. Mm-hmm. And I respect all of the people that you have relationships with, because in some shape or fashion, they've contributed to who you are with me, right? So it ain't just you or you by yourself. You have these relationships that help mold you to, be who you are. Like if you were a friend with John, you gained something. And so somebody like, I'm gonna be arrogant about it. Like, hey, you welcome, brother. You welcome, sis. You welcome. Because I had a hand in that. It's okay to do that because your influence. I know my influence, right? So I know everybody is not on that level. I know, but in my view, that's how it's supposed to be. If I'm looking at you as brother, sister, this is family spiritually. Yeah. What? Yeah. Everybody's contributing to everybody's lives in some way. So it ain't just you by yourself. It ain't just independent. We codependent around here. Damn it.
Come on, man.
So if you have friends, I want to get to know them too. At least just a little bit for me to be like, okay, cool, you got it. I'm going to support you in those friendships, though. And then, I have that same standard. It's not high, but it's like, just support me enough to understand that these relationships are valuable to me, and I'm creating, and those relationships, I invest in them, but those relationships also invest in this one. They support this one too.
Yep.
It takes a village. Okay, where's your village?
That's facts. That's facts. That's that man right there has trust in himself, and he has trust in his relationship. And I just want to point this out. You just proved the fact. Eckhart Tolle said, relationships are not here to make us happy. They are here to mold us, to shape us. They're here to make them and to grow us into the person that we're supposed to be. So sometimes they break you, they build you back up, they invest in you, all of it. Any relationship you have. That's your platonic friends, your relationships, your family relationships, all of them. They are all here to help you grow. I'm going to be quiet because I know I talk a lot.
Where does loyalty come in at?
What are you loyal to?
Yeah.
Is it loyal or is it trust? Who broke down the difference between loyalty and trust? Because there's a difference.
That sounds like the next topic.
Ooh. Don't get it. Hey, Amina, I ain't there. Well, I wasn't there, but yeah. But that's because I didn't have any trust in my,
I'm not there yet. She said, I'm not there yet. Hey.
I'm just saying.
It's okay. Eventually, it's just, see it for what it is. Yeah. Just keep working on yourself. Yeah. This is all about maturity.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So loyalty versus trust, is that the next one?
Yeah, we should talk about that. We should talk about when does well, I seen what you updated on the topic, Does loyalty have an end date?
Yes, of course. I mean, but that's kind of
we could talk about it backstage.
Yeah. It's pretty straight. That one's pretty straightforward. Yeah, let's put a pin in that. That was pretty straightforward.
Okay. Well, what is you put down? What is the true value of loyalty?
Oh yeah, now that's different. Okay, yeah. What is the true value? Okay, we can do that.
Of loyalty.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I think we should look into that. I want to thank everyone for jumping on tonight's live. I want to thank everyone for commenting. I want to thank my panel, John Master Skywalker, Ivy King Newborn. He's on the road. It was light, now it's dark. Lord have mercy. Be so.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah.
And Sherman, we don't know where he at, but he doing what Sherman do. He'll be back. Until then, we will see you all back here next week. Oh my God.
Real quick. Remember, your superpower is your decision making.
Ooh. We can go out on that note.
Salute.